Hi, my name's Abby. I work for the City of Casey in Waste and Recycling team. And today we're going to talk about setting up your worm farm. So, you've bought your worm farm, got it at home. Now, I cannot stress this enough, set it up according to the instructions. Because otherwise you get to the end and find this and go, oh, that was really vital, and you have to start again. Use the instructions. So we've got our worm farm. What we're going to do first is we're going to put in the coir. So when you bought your worm farm, you'll find that there's like a block of coir, coconut fibre. Pop it into a bucket, let it soak up for a couple of hours. This is your bedding layer for your worms. So we're going to pop that in first. That gives the worms something to start with. Okay, next we're going to add our worms. So these are compost worms or worm farm worms. Okay, it doesn't work to dig up the worms in your garden. These are a special type of worm who are suited to the better quality food that a worm farm has. So either you can buy them, or if you've got a friend who might have a worm farm who can spare some for you, that might work as well. You need at least sort of 500 to 1,000 to start with. Look, the more you can start with, the better. But obviously if you're buying them, that gets a bit expensive. So 1,000 is probably a good number to start with. So pop those in on top of the coir. Then you can add some food scraps for them. So you don't need to put much in because the worms don't actually eat the food scraps. The bacteria breaks down the food scraps and then the worms eat the bacteria. So it's actually going to take a little bit of time for those food scraps to break down. Next, we pop on either some wetted newspaper or cardboard, something like that. So what this does is it keeps the worm farm nice and cool and damp because the worms prefer the cool and the damp and the dark. They don't want sunshine. So if you're going to put your worm farm somewhere, maybe in the garage or in the laundry, somewhere under a tree, somewhere where they're going to be nice and cool because they do not like the heat. And because they can't get out, they will end up dying and then it stinks. So pop those in there and then pop on the lid. Now leave it for a couple of weeks because it's going to take a bit of time for those food scraps to break down and for the worms to get stuck into them. And then after a couple of weeks, what you can do, take the lid off, peel back the newspaper, and then tip some more scraps in like that. And then pop the newspaper back over the top and pop the lid back on. Now, if you've got any further questions or you want to know more about worm farms or composting, you can head to the City of Casey website on www.casey.vic.gov.au or find us on Facebook at Green Living in Casey. Thanks.